Welcome to RNA. Today, I'm honored to introduce Nitzan. On October 7th, her father, Asaf, a paramedic leading medical operation at the Nova Festival, was murdered while saving lives under fire. Instead of fleeing, he stayed, treating the wounded until he was shot. Witnesses say he saved a lot of lives. This loss transformed Nitzan, but also gave her a mission to carry his legacy and courage and compassion. That's why she created Bright Spots, a talk she now shares in Israel and worldwide, blending humor, honesty, and human connection to hold grief and resilience together, reminding us that even in darkness, we can choose life. Nitzan, thank you for being here and for keeping your father's light alive. Tell us a little bit about Bright Spot, then we can move on about the other questions. Obviously, we're going to be talking about what happened in October 7 and so on.
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for having me. Bright Spot, the talk Bright Spot actually was born from a need to feel like I'm not alone. During my first months of grieving, I felt like I have my own way of grief, and I couldn't really find another example of like to give me the sense that I'm grieving right. You can say that like that. So I really wanted to talk about it. And when I started to talk about it, I actually found out that it gave me the chance to meet people that were with my father at the scene, and people started to come to me and said, hey, I heard about your father like that, or I saw your father treating this woman. One time I even met one of the people that my father saved. So I realized that it gave me so much to talk about it, to make myself feel better about the way of grieving, to find more and more people that my father saved, and also now to do explanation around the world with the Nova exhibit. So this is a little bit about Bright Spot, and in the talk itself, I've been talking about these moments that I try to search and recognize and create that are making me feel good in this really horrible time that we live in. And I'm talking about it, my father's story, and these moments that make me feel better.
Nice. Well, I'm not sure if it was your personal idea or not, but it is a really bright idea, and it brings
Thank you.
it brings communication with, especially with nowadays that obviously we're living in a world that most of the media is trying to cover the other part and minimizing what really happened in October 7th. So I wish you best of the luck with your idea. And let's talk about the October 7. Can you walk us through what happened on October 7, or let's say what October 7 felt like for you personally? What moments from that day will stay with you forever for the rest of the life, your life actually?
So on October 7th, I was at home, I was sleeping. It was really early in the morning, and I got up like all the Israeli people in 6:29 for an alarm. I used to live in Tel Aviv with my husband Yuval, and back then we weren't married, we were just like partners. And I got up and I was I was scared, but we were used to it, to the alarms. Like from time to time, you have alarms also in the center In the south of Israel, it's much more rare. It's much more, not rare than in the center, but it is happen. I mean, it's not that really unusual thing. But then there were more and more alarms, and these videos of terrorists entering Israel started to appear. And I remember Yuval and I, in this point, figuring out that something happened, but really try to not be on the news all the time and not worried sick about it, because we knew that it won't help us. So we decided to just be with ourselves, like to, eat something, to pass the time until we will know anything about it.
You probably
And then
thought a regular racket from Lebanon.
yeah, I mean, we went to the shelter and came back to the living room, and went to the shelter and came back to the living room, but we couldn't really grasp what happened. I mean, we really didn't understand what is happening. And then I remember that my father is working at a festival. He wasn't with us on Friday dinner because he was working in the festival, but I didn't know where is it. I mean, now I'm 30. Back then I was 28. I didn't always know where my father is. And I asked my mother what's going on, and I also texted him what's going on. He didn't answer for me, and my mother said to me that she was speaking with my father, and he's fine. He called her like on something like 9:30, and he told her, "Honey, I'm fine. I'm treating the wounded. There are some rockets here, but we're fine." And she was really calm. I mean, but I heard something in her voice, and now when we talk about it, she says that something about the honey didn't feel right to her, because he never called her honey before. He used to call her by her name. And then around 2 p.m., he didn't answer anymore, and we realized that maybe he is missing. And I tried to call to the producers and finding phones, and we start to post a photo of him around Facebook and Instagram with our phone numbers. And then it's just the whole day looking for him. I mean, we went to the police, we went to like everywhere that we knew about, like that could help us. And my brother actually went on Sunday morning. I mean, we went to sleep very late on Saturday. And on Sunday morning, my brother decided that he's going to Re'im. He didn't tell us. And it was still a war zone. He tried to find him. He tried to locate his phone, and he didn't succeed. And I think that if there's a moment that I will never forget in my life, is that when he was there, he was calling me. He tried to really operate my father's phone to find it with the location. I couldn't do it. He tried to explain to me how to do it, and there was no connection. And then I was in my father's computer, and I was writing in the WhatsApp group. I saw like a Nova Festival WhatsApp group. I wrote there, "Hi, I'm Nitzan. I'm the daughter of Asaf. If anyone here knows something, please call me. This is my number." It's been 2 minutes, and a guy named Yagil called, and he told me, "Nitzan, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm a friend and a colleague of your father for around 10 years. And yesterday I recognized him in the field, and he's no longer alive." And in this conversation, at first, I didn't believe, because I don't know him. I started to yell at him. Today we're friends, but back then I started to yell at him and said to him that I don't even know him, and how dare he to tell me that, and maybe he's mistaken. And he told me, no, I'm not mistaken, and I would never tell you that if I would think that even I'm maybe mistaken by 1%. And then he told me that he's the head of security there, and he lost a lot of friends too. And this was this surreal conversation where we found ourselves really telling each other that we're sorry. I hung up the phone and I told my mother about it. She didn't believe either. And then we decided that although it's not 100% for sure, we want to tell my brother he was still in Reim site. And we called him, and when we called, he was on his way to Barzilai hospital to search for my father. And he also didn't believe. And then on Monday afternoon, I was sitting in the porch in my parents' house. All of our friends and family were there. It was already feel like memorial ceremony, even though we didn't know anything like for sure yet. And Yuval, my husband, he's opened the door of the porch and telling me to come to the living room. I told him that, like, not now, like maybe later. And he looked at me like, you should come. I get into the house and I see two police officers, and my mother screaming. And they told us the official announcement that my father was murdered by Hamas terrorists. And that's it. It was October 7th for me. These are the moments that I remember mostly.
May his beautiful soul rest in peace. I say many times, multiple times in multiple places, what really happened in October 7 is something that everybody has to talk about it around the world. So such a horrible we would never, ever, ever will repeat that in the history of humanity. Let me ask you another question, Nitzan. Do you think that the government of Israel could do something to prevent that dark day from happening?
So this is an interesting question, but it's not, I mean, I'm not the person to ask. I mean, I'm not really like dig into it or know anything about it, and I'm also not a politician. Since October 7th, I'm just trying to, to heal, to protect my family, like emotionally, and be with my family as much as I can and do bright spots. So I'm just not the person to ask.
Got it. Well, thank you for being honest. I just try to see if you have a different answer of what we've hearing since that day.
Yeah, I understand.
To another question. Well, what keeps you going, even that you've been through a lot? You mentioned some of it. I mean, obviously, in that 10 minutes, it's impossible for you to explain what you have been through, and it's more impossible for me to feel what you actually have been going through. But what keeps you going? You obviously, you mentioned a few times you still live in Israel, if I'm not mistaken. You are here in the United States, going around the world. Back to my question again, what really keeps you going?
So one of the things that really helps me to not only survive, but to really thrive in this time is my new community, the Nova community. I go around the world with the Nova exhibitions, and here I'm leading the delegation from Israel. And when we're together, like people who went through the same, we just understand each other and we don't need a lot of words. And also, the Nova Foundation are really helping me and my family to really keep going. If it's, I mean, just now we did a really big ceremony for the 2 years that my father is no longer with us. And we decided to do an evening full of music because we really love music. And the Nova Foundation helped us to arrange that, helped us financially. They give these grants for commemoration. So it's very helpful for me that I know that I have someone to count on, like to make my dreams come true, if it's to spread my father's story and my story around the world with the Nova, or to do this wonderful evening that we had for my father. So it really helps me to keep going. And also, my friends, my family, my husband Yuval, we have a dog who is really cute. And it really,
I
like, I think that everyone should have dogs.
Yeah.
It really keeps your soul. Um, and I really trying in this time to do things that will make me feel good, and also help me to commemorate my father and find my new. I mean, we were kind of, I don't know, everything changed in my life, so I still
That,
trying to figure
that was,
out.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I'm cutting you off. That was my next question. Like, do
yeah,
you say that pretty much your life has been upside down, or it changed like
yeah,
completely since that day?
yeah, because it's not just that I lost my father. I also a part of this new community. I'm a part of the grieving family in Israel. And also, I'm new me. I mean, you get this kind of perspective for life that you want to do different things than what you did before. So since October 7th, it's really important for me to continue my father's way and be there for people. I don't know why he did that, but continue my father's way and be there for other people, and to do, like, I really feel like I need to do anything with deep meaning. Like, I can't unfortunately do like normal jobs anymore. It really
Yeah.
has to be really meaningful, and in a way that will keep my father's light going. Yeah, so my life changed completely. Some in some points to the bad way, and some points, I have new friends, new family, new community.
Right.
So I try to find the good in anything.
Nice. I hope everything's gonna be better and better, so that helps you to heal from what you have been going through. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you
Wow,
think
that's a really great question. um, I
to
really want to,
to go around the world and keep the light on of what really happened
yeah.
on October 7th?
So I want to keep going and to go around the world and to explain what happened to us. I also, like, if you ask me in the next 5 years, I really want to be a mother. That's another dream. So it kind of like both of these dreams are in the way of each other. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. And I also want to really feel like, I mean, now I still feel like I'm in this time that I'm still figuring out. So I really want to feel more certain about a lot of things, like to, just accept it. This is the new life. My father will not come back. I don't know if I will ever accept it, but maybe in 5 years I will be in a different place in the process of grief. So That's where I'm seeing myself.
Good answer.
Yeah.
We'll right on time, and I have one more questions. And Nitzan, from your heart to the world, what do you want people to remember 10, 20, 50 years from now about October 7th?
I want them to remember that it's not even about the Jewish people or the Israeli people. It's about humanity. It's about choosing between good and bad. People were out to dance, celebrate life, to work, like my father, and they never came back. And they're not just never came back, they were burned alive, kidnapped, raped, found themselves running for their lives for no reason. So that's what I want people to remember. And also the Nova Festival, it's only one place that it happened, but it also happened in the kibbutzim and in other cities in the south of Israel. And these are all innocent people who went to bed on Friday night and got up and were scared for their lives. And a lot of them just didn't survive because they were murdered by terrorists. That's what I want people to remember.
Well, my heart goes out to every single soul that have been massacred that day. This is something that it's a sad day for the entire the world, and it's obviously it's shameful. But hopefully we will never see such a thing ever again. Not just in Israel, in any other place in the world.
I hope
Thank you
so
so
too.
much, Nitzan, for accepting my invitation. I really appreciate it, and I wish you and your husband and the beautiful people of Israel best of luck. And hopefully, you never know. I know you said that you're not a politician, but hopefully, your next exhibition is when the regime in Iran are finally toppled down, and I can invite you in my hometown, and we can have the exhibition in Kurdistan or other cities in Iran.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming to the exhibition, and thank you so much for speaking to me. Thank you.
It was such an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you.